one, and that is a speech by. We have two speeches there. Number one, from the MD, from the editor in chief, and that is ANL, editor in chief, Network News, Airtel Network News. Can we have your brief speech, please? Dr. Obiefune, can we put our hands together as start there? Dr. Obiefune.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Ifeanyi Obiefune. I am the manager of Angel Network News. I'm here this afternoon to thank you all for making out your time to attend this event. Angel Network News decided to partner with NUJ on security issues as it affects our country today in Nigeria. We cannot progress in this country without serene environment. So security is everybody's business. Let me give a brief synopsis about PNN. Angel Network News is an international online media established in 2021 aimed at promoting Igbo values and prospects. The inspiration behind this initiative arose from lack of robust media voices from Southeastern region. ANN intends to fill in the gap. ANN has consistently, over the years, reported the activities of Anambra State House of Assembly, including trading news in Anambra and beyond. Our head office is in Auckland, USA, and branch office is in Udoka, Housing Estate, Oka. Our coverage includes business news, moral tips, sports news, entertainment, health-related topics, investigative news, crime news. ANN is committed to worldwide outreach while upholding Igbo values. We believe in the power of media, as journalism is the freedom of the people. Visit www.angelnetworknews.com to stay connected with us by subscribing to our newsletters and social media marketing. Thank you.
So let me start by appreciating the state chairman, a colleague, a very vibrant person, who is the chairman of the NUJ, Anambra State. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. The partner, MP, ANL, Angel Network. Thank you also for contacting me and having me connect with you. The executives of NUJ, Anambra State, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. The organizers, I appreciate the effort you put in having the event to hold today. All the members of the high table, security chiefs, ESS, immigration, sector commercial affairs, FRS. I appreciate you. The chairman, thank you for being here. I want to recognize a million eyes for just hearing this for the first time. Thanks for being here. And then, members of the fourth, how do you call it? The fourth estate of the ring. Yeah. I had that first when you gave me the topic. And I like that. So thank you for having me here. I want to start by appreciating in a very special way. My name is Dr. Kelechi Kenneth Osai, a lecturer in the Department of Social Work and Anthropology. So I'm not a media person. I'm not also the Department of Mass Communication. I've never done media job before. All I do is to copy and paste and post. Whether the message is fake or not. We do all this WhatsApp posting. That is much I've done about media work. But an interesting area, and I took up the challenge to look into this topic that we brought. The theme of today's summit, understanding state image and the responsiveness in security reporting in contemporary Nigeria. Anambra State as a case study. I saw it as a very interesting topic and I went into research about it. Just few pages that I'm going to discuss and then get responses from the security agents that are here and indeed every other person. So this is the paper presented at the NUJ Congress Stroke Security Summit held on Thursday, October 5, 2023 at Godwin International Press Conference, NUJ Security Conference, OCA. I would love to acknowledge in a very special way the presence of journalists and media personalities in this summit because you occupy a very strategic position in the society, a very strategic position. And because at the center of every discussion is a journalist, at the center of every discussion is a journalist. You are the reason for whatever we talk about. Every discussion within the society are behind it. If your job is to generate, manage, and disseminate information and knowledge, it means that knowledge is useless if not consumed. And for it to be consumed, it has to be disseminated through different media outlets. This is because an educated society is an informed society. An informed society is a civilized society. And a civilized society is a product of good journalism. This is how powerful and this is how big your role is in society. Journalists are primary agents of change. They serve as the bridge between the people and the activities observed in a society. Through the media, people's attitude and habits can be altered, modified to suit societal expectations. You give us direction and way to think. Somebody may be thinking this way, but by the time you use your tool to discuss and to write, the person will be thinking the other way around. Good journalism can build on existing reality to create a mental or visual image of their choices. You do this with your tool, and your tool is writing and reporting. When we talk about journalism in the real sense of it, we mean the various ways information and knowledge are generated, managed, and disseminated to a broader audience in an honest and balanced manner for the purpose of informing, educating, and shaping opinion. As put succinctly by Dahiru and Muhammad 2001, the traditional role of the media in any society is to inform, educate, entertain, publicize, and perhaps more importantly, correct the excesses of the society, especially the government. Therefore, the way and manner journalists go about their duties of reporting and informing society, especially when it comes to the issue of security, becomes very, very crucial. More so in a perceived volatile area, such as the Southeast. This paper, therefore, is designed to discuss journalists' responsiveness to security reporting in particular, and how it influences and is influenced by the state image. Remember that the major variables we have in our topic, state image is very, very important in that, apart from responsiveness. So we're going to look at state image in a very special way. In other words, it will try to establish a nexus, that is connection, between the dispositions of the state towards journalists and the responsiveness of journalists in security reporting. So to put this in perspective, I will look at the extent to which Anambra as a state presents an enabling environment for prompt and balanced reporting of security and sundry matters. And by extension, how the media has consciously and unconsciously helped in building the image of the state, that is Anambra State. Now, when we talk about responsiveness, what do we do? Responsiveness is a matter of value and ethics in journalism. The ability of a journalist to promptly respond in reporting to discussing emerging issues in this case, the great matter, is very, very central to the calling of a journalist and a professional. As they say in journalism, it is a call to be responsive and responsible. Journalists are called to be responsive and responsible. This is because, as a journalist, your work is a reflection of who you are and probably the media outlet you represent. And your credibility is affected by the ethical principles and practices that are expected of you. The integrity of the Nigerian media over the years appears to have been colored, shaped, or influenced by the economic, political, religious, and social sentiments of our time. Media reports have sometimes fallen under the influence of politicians, ethnic bigots, media bias, ethnic bias, and others. This has made it difficult for the media to be independent, irreversible, and objective, especially in their responsiveness to security challenges. Now, how does this connect to the image we are looking at? An image is primarily perceived as an artificial creation or mental or visual representation of a reality. It first exists, that image first exists as a mental image that helps to make meaning of realities out of their fractions through the power of spoken or written language, which is your tool. No other tool in society has this except journalists, professionals. Journalists have this unique skill to weave words together to stimulate the desired mental image or scenery that will appeal to the senses of the audience. No other book can do this better. They have the power, or rather the skill, to create and recreate meaning out of an existing reality most of the time, in order to sway the audience to the desired direction. The Anambra State image. Want to look at that. Anambra as a state and a people has existing realities that accord to that. What we know Anambra, upon which an image is erected. The image has been created and recreated over time through journalism. Anambra image, as rightly portrayed out there, has always been about industry, about trade, about commerce. There is another aspect that speaks to excellence in academics and in literary scholarship, exemplified by the output of Achebe, what we're not hearing, Ekwensi, Ndibe, Adichie, Si, Dike, and lots of others. Just very recently, the governor honored Achebe, the very special one. Why? He wants to perpetuate and recreate the dwindling image of the state. We'll talk about that later. In the area of security, efforts have been made by successive administrations to create an image of a safe, secure Anambra where life and properties are protected, where businesses thrive, and a safe environment for investors, especially from outside the state. They have done this several administrations have tried to do this, and it seems to have worked until very recently. There has been a conscious effort to pursue and maintain this image, and it seems that it has worked over time. However, in the turn of recent events, typified by abysmal security failures, both at the national and local scale, occasioned by separatist militant agitations, the Anambra image has dipped. This latest development has confounded the initial image of Anambra State with everything in secret, so that any visitor from outside the state will first take security as a top priority. Something just played out now. The first presenter just got on and heard what he said. People outside the state. The media, journalists, are usually at the center of all this since they drive the security narrative through their reporting style. What are we doing about this? Some of my friends, when they want to pass through Oka, they will first of all come. How is Oka today? Is it safe? Can we pass? Say, brother, why is it that? Why is it that way? This is the image you have projected, and it has to be corrected. And there is no other group that can do that except the people that are here. The question remains, to what extent are media houses in alignment with state government in speaking to this image, the image we had before and the image we have now? A friend of mine, a social analyst and a critic, assured me that the cursory search of the word Anambra on the Google is the most confounding litmus test that tells one that Anambra is on a collision course with the media. The Anambra State on a collision course with the media. We still discuss this. His take is that Anambra is suffering barrages of negative media reports. Is that true? It seems there is an effort somewhere geared towards obfuscating positive stories from around her and throwing up the adverse ones that have now created a clear perception about Anambra in the minds of those who live outside her, especially in the area of security. Are you against this statement? An observer made this statement. In this image, is this image accurate as projected? I'm asking our journalists. Even in the present situation, can it be recreated by drawing from positive existing social realities that we have on ground? Who has that power? Who has that skill? Who has the tools? Another social analyst believes that Anambra State has no image, especially in those people. He pointed at Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, I know they are here, and Ministry of Information as failing in their duties. We'll come to that. That they rather have as their priority engaging in other political agendas metamorphosed by the government than to doing the right thing, their job respected of them. He stated that any state who takes its image creation seriously should be in touch with journalists. An example of this is the shutting down of the state-owned national library. I'm not the one that said that. It's the only way of the news. And throwing out all the journalists and other media professionals that work in that place. Mr. Governor said that the media outlet was not adding value to the government of Anambra. And therefore, it has to be scrapped. Like that twin scrap. True or false? I'm coming. This definitely did not go down well with journalists. The following statement purportedly made in the wake of the closure of National Library Paper laid credence to the unpalatable relationship between the government and the Anambra State. And I quote, Congress frowned on the ill treatment of journalists by the professor Soludo-led administration, which led to his shutting down National Library without any reason made public. The Anambra State chapter of NUJ in its July Congress described Governor Soludo's closure of National Library as wicked and without blood face. To what journalists? These two strong statements convey a lot about government's attitude toward journalists, which may have affected their psyche and the role in promoting state image. I don't know what you think about this. This action confirms the finding of Obieri, as a scholar, who stated that although Nigerian media flourishes, their continuity depends on not overstepping or overriding on the government's power. When you do that, that's you see what happens. So, to some observers, there seems to be no emphatic plan to keep driving the positive image of the state outside having a state logo and slogans that project the personal image of a particular person in power, in this case, the government. But let me also quickly add or note that Mr. Governor was quite sensitive to the plight on the staff of National Life Insurance and had since absorbed them into various other means, according to the communique of the August 2023 Congress of NUG Anambra. But as it's fair, this media outlet has ceased to exist. Be that as it may, the National Life outlet has ceased to exist. To the extent that this is true, the present government has continued to use every opportunity that presents itself to give the state an image lift. An instance is the recent renaming of Anambra State Cargo Airport to Chino and International. It's a very good move by the government to position the image of Anambra State. Now, if you go to the media, a lot of people are criticizing this particular act, this particular action of the government. And saying, why would the governor give the name to Chino Achebe? Has he ever been a businessman and all that? Now, I'm still waiting to see how the media will sustain their efforts in countering a whole lot of negative criticism about this particular move of the government. Because that is your job. If the government has done the right thing, what are you doing to project that thing that the government has done and sustain it? The media content and the length of time journalists in Anambra State will keep this current move by the government in the front corner speaks volumes of our current discussion. Now, what is the responsiveness in promoting the state image? Journalism and the media have become more partisan. They have mainly deployed their trade towards the political objectives of their owners. Example, the National Lights and the TVC are owned by our own president. So what will we be using it to do? Sorry. The Nation. Sorry, the Nation newspaper and TVC, right? Yes. Daily Sun. By who? Another big politician. What do you think we'll be using it to do? Silverbird by the Bruce family. What are they using it to do? They are all politicians. Channels, John Moore, AIT, Dopes. These are people who have one political affiliation or the other. And of course, you know what they will use this to do. The government seems not to have a conscious selective partner in the media. In as much as they can pick and appoint journalists who have suffered on their own to distinguish themselves in the field of journalism, they appoint them to do their duty. Government still tries to maintain a draconian and monopolistic control over the media rather than leveraging on what they can do or their profession. This is what seems to have necessitated the Twitter ban and the heavy-handed sanction against the media houses, especially when their reportage does not suit the government of the day. The media in Nigeria is mainly viewed by government as adversaries than partners, and the relationship has been both hard or fictional at best. Mind you, the unique democracy Nigeria and most African countries practice, where press freedom and other liberties are significantly suppressed, makes it very difficult for the media and government to work in concert. This is because the government lack accountability. They are reckless. They hate to be held responsible, but mainly wants to control and also intelligence. The laws also make it possible. The laws also make this possible. But as NSAS and the emergence of the obedient movement have shown, the social media has become the alternative for the citizens to make their voices heard and remain the challenge for the government to restrain. So, unless our present brand of essentially dictatorial democracy improves, the media will not perform as the fourth estate of the realm in Anambra State, as is obtainable in more mature developed democracies. Responsiveness of the media to security issues in Anambra State. What do we about? The media actually has a significant role to play in making a difference in the area of reporting issues bordering on security in Nigeria. There's no doubt about that. But in the case of Anambra State, it will be helpful to examine the root of a very recent security situations, dispassionately, and remedy it fundamentally. Otherwise, every other solution will be temporary. The current security issues as they exist in Anambra today have all come under the cloak of armed agitations. Not necessarily again for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, but more for the release of its leader. The agitation has provided a convenient guise. The agitation has provided a convenient guise for criminal elements to engage in kidnapping, assassinations, ritual killings, and other vices. His detention has provided a cover for criminals to infiltrate the state and perpetuate their heinous acts. In my view, what will significantly mitigate the insecurity in the state is his release, or at least the upgrade of his detention to a house arrest, where he can address his supporters and instruct them to desist from all armed and violent confrontations. If and when this directive comes from their leader, the recognized leader, it will greatly degrade the legitimacy. It will greatly degrade the legitimacy of Simon Ekpa and his brother wearing years, down to the violence in the southeast, and present the avenue for the government to decisively crack down on anyone perpetuating violence after such directive from the IPOB leader has been issued. This is well. This is where journalists and media can play a meaningful role. By consistently putting the discussion of his release on the front burner of the public discourse as a prerequisite for enduring peace in the South. The media can create a convergence of stakeholders to press for sale at the federal level. This may be one of the outstanding contributions the media can make towards improving the security situation in Anambra State and in the Southeast. Otherwise, every other approach will be akin to the proverbial fetching of water with the basket. Let me make this much clear. This is not about supporting or being sympathetic about the cause of Biafra or the release of human beings, but a sincere and dispassionate analysis of the security issues as they are in the state today. I am not alone in this call. Recall that the governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Olusegun, during one of his campaigns in Oka, in the early and then in the early days of his administration, had consistently made this call for the release of Anambra. We are all aware. Premium Times on 16 February reported that the governor first made a public appeal on 14 February for the unconditional and immediate release of the IPOB leader during the campaign flag off of the All Progressive Grand Alliance in Oka. If you don't believe it, you see it. I quote again. I am making a dispassionate direct quote from God. I am making a passionate appeal to the federal government to release Mazi Nnamdi unconditional. Go to Blooming Times, 16 February 2026. They did realize to me the importance of this call to his administration and to Anambra. Fortunately, the print media is replete with calls for Nnamdi by different Nigerians at different times across all the cultural groups we have. The call, there's another call by a House of Representatives ad hoc committee for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi, leader of the proscribed indigenous people of the IPOB. This, I think, is time for the peaceful coexistence between the South. Vanguard also carries this. While a good number of individuals and groups outside the states have also reportedly ignored this call publicly, but there are those who are also against it. The media in the states, has a duty to keep pushing this narrative, since the image of the state is highly dependent on a safe and secure Anambra for the realization and maintenance of the excellence in industry. Remember that this is the main image that we have always, nobody can take it away from Anambra. Now, excellence in industry, trade, commerce, academics, and literary scholarship. What is the way forward? The media should drive, amplify, and accentuate the discourse and roundtable to deal objectively with the armed agitation and insurgency, which is a sine qua non for the peace in this region, especially in Anambra. This will help to neutralize other criminal gangs that deploy secessionist struggle as a masquerade that exacerbates insecurity situations in Anambra State, and indeed the whole of South. Media advocacy on security issues needs to be coordinated among all the media organizations in the region or state, and it has to be sustained over the necessary period in order to yield results. Again, the shift from conventional media to social media is a development that must not be ignored by those in power and media corporations. Thank God that most governments are now employing those who are experts in the new media. The government of Anambra State has an office like that. Those bloggers and those who are very, very good in the new media. But they know that this is another avenue that cannot be stopped, through which we get rid of our information. Some of us who don't read papers today, we rely on
the CEO, Omabalaka Limited, Nwata Wata na Grave, but to be the temporary chairman of what we are doing. So I would like him to say one or two things, because this is an opportunity for the media to hear his voice. Thank you, Mr. Wata.
Good morning, everybody. The chairman, members of the head table, please do permit me to stand up this protocol. My name is Dominic Ezechi Mandife, MD, CEO, Anambra Gas Limited, a private security company. It is my pleasure to be here this morning. As the chairman has just said, if you like, you call it emergency chairman or whatever. But I must have to commend the NUG Anambra State chapter and their partners, because we cannot do anything possibly in Nigeria State without talking about security. Security, security. I would wish that what we are doing today, that have a very serious government presence in it. Not just the security agencies, but the government itself, because they definitely refrain from what is on ground here. And who else can tell this story much better than the journalists themselves? Are you not the people that say this thing the way it's supposed to be? The government is supposed to be represented here and it's where. Having said that, I want to believe that we can always have this kind of get together where we tell ourselves the truth, the problems and challenges of security that we have in Nigeria today. I'm happy that we have some of the heads of various security agencies in Nigeria that are going to tell us the way we ought to behave and do our activities as far as Nigeria is concerned. Security, very often people say that security is everybody's business. But some school of thought believe that security is meant for those that know the value. Just like the gold. It's not just for everybody. If we believe that security is for everybody, then we never having security challenges. But those people that know the value of security, that security is meant for them. I wouldn't want to kill much of our time. I want to appreciate the organizers, the chairperson of the organizing committee, Carlo, the president, and the other members of NUG Anambra State. Kudos and God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Matapaka. Kita akan kotarnya. Matapaka. Ada ibu matapaka, hasil matapaka. Ini saya kiri mau ibu apa ya? Ini kapolri apa? Mana matapaka? Oke ya? Usul kan yang begini. Lata apa? Usul kan? Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Gentlemen, today is a great day. Chief Dominic as a chief just raised a certain point. The certain point is that government representatives supposed to be here. We duly invited everyone that's supposed to be invited for this. Why did we even think about this security summit? Is it our duty to think about security summit? No, it's not. But we decided to partner the government, security agencies, and private guards for us to have a romance of ideas on how best to market the image of the state. Because our duty is to bring the officers of the day to the world to see. That is what we are trained for. Anything that is not ugly, what I mean by that, if chief here, security guards in Anambra State President, is doing something good, if we don't report it, it's not news. If he wants us to report it, he pays for, if you know the ABS for them to cover it, now would you pay? You pay. But let me say that dog bites you, or you bite dog, you won't pay 1 naira. For the news that you bite a dog to fly all over the world, people are front page everywhere. If I challenge the DSS standard record, me now, even if we didn't fight, don't challenge. It will be news everywhere all over the world. Journalists fight DSS record all over the world. So the bad news is the market for the media. That is why we say our people should have a way of parrying some of the bad news that is happening in society for a better image for our people. Let me tell you, in the developed world, Europe and all those other areas, there is high rate of crime than what is available in this part of the world. Do we see it? Do we read it? No, because they parry it. Because of the relationship they have with the government of the day. We won't be here to bemoan our faith that the current administration of Governor Chukwuma Charles Oludo is not partnering us. But we are doing everything we can possible to bring everyone on the same table. We only have the level leaders. Some of them are there. The essence is for them to talk to us on the areas we are not doing well in the reportage. for us to have a way of amending and ameliorating for a better society. Because the society we have built today, we shall live with tomorrow. Our children shall live with. That is one. Two, we decided to do this to have a leverage on all we have been doing. After all, Uzo on his own ordinarily will not speak to the media because he's not allowed to do so unless of such circumstances that need press conference and press. But today he will make a statement that is a policy statement. And some other people seated here, like the assistant commander of the federal road safety, ordinarily on his own, he cannot speak to the media. But the ideas he has, he can market and for us to run with. And we have an erudite scholar. Unfortunately, he just sent me a text message that his DSS, same DSS, sent him a message that it's a security concern, maybe DSS in Abuja. Because if DSS in Anambra is here, they will not send somebody a security message that service is not safe for a big man to come now. He's in Abuja, maybe Abuja report. I don't know. But he just told me that the commissioner for employment is coming to present him. That's okay. What am I trying to say? The essence of this meeting is not only for us to hear from the select people. It's for the media people to pay their own side. Because we have bloggers here, we have media executives here. And we decided to partner with a media organization that is in America. You are in US, right? And we are partnering with a body that is giving $20. That's the problem we have. We were just here to speak grammar. I thought you come with $6 for us to be happy together. Next time we are coming, come with $1 so that we'll be happy together. Yeah? Gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one here, the labor leaders, the security agencies, the guest speaker, KK Osai. This man is a sub-dean of the university. But I don't know why he's hiding it always. He refused us to put it in the brochure that is a sub-dean. You know what sub-dean is in the university? I don't know. Maybe we made it like Udobi. We will soon listen to him and hear what he's going to say. So from immigration to MIC to the Mr. President of Security Guards, Private Security Guards. I have been waiting for you to go so that I bring you up. But now you came, everywhere is filled up. I don't know what to do with you. But I know you're okay here. You will come to us at the right time. My good friend, Ogauso, thank you for coming. Thank you, Federal Safety Club. Thank you, Labour Leader. This is the TUC chairman in Anambra State. Number one Labour Leader in the Trade Union Congress in Anambra State. The NLC just sent me a request that is with the teachers. Today, no, today is Teachers Day. So it's with them, they'll soon join us here. And I want to appreciate our organ. I will soon know your name, they'll soon call it. And everyone here, especially, there is a group that is here that called a million, say it, a million eyes. We will listen to them and know why a million eyes. And when we do security things in society, we often forget this kind of people. But with their leader, Opa, and all their friends there, we'll be able to know the way forward on how to inculcate our efforts in security with the blind people who are blind, who are not seeing you. But God has given them so much powerful intuition, more than even those who are seeing. So I want to thank each and every one of us. And I want to reiterate that despite the non-support in some quarters about what we do, even for their own benefits and good, we will continue to do the right thing always for better society. Are we together? Yes. And I want to thank the journalists. Unfortunately, today again, I was told 4 days ago that they are putting a Chinua lecture. I said, yes, I'm a member of an idea. But today is our congress, and it's already instituted that every first Thursday of the month, Alfred Achabe, the bill of Waincha. Today they are doing a lecture in memory of lecture series in honor of Alfred Achabe, the bill of Waincha. So that is divided attention for the journalists also. But I told them one thing: when the immigration person came here, He said, if it is one person that is in the hall, let us start. Bro, that is what you said. That in your area of interest, once you say 11 is 11, and you start by 11. I said we used to do it, but because of peculiarities today, we allowed a 1 hour grace. Thank God, he patiently waited, and I think the program is going. Thank you, Chief, for everybody waiting, and I thank everyone for coming. May God continue to be with us in all the presence of God.